Welcome to our Airbnb Optimiser tool. The purpose of our tool is to maximize the revenue of Airbnb hosts by pricing their listings at the most optimal price based on their predicted demand. We will now walk through the functions of our Airbnb Optimiser tool. The user is first presented with the welcome screen. The user should now click on the Add Data button on the welcome page to add and filter the relevant data. Since the user needs to download the data from inside Airbnb, in the interest of time, we have already downloaded the data, which is under the Actual Data tab. This data presented is from San Francisco. We're now going to copy the data and paste it under the Data Entry tab. After copying the data, the user should click on the Clean Data button. The function filters through the data and displays the most useful and relevant information for the user. As we can see, the function finds the estimated demand based on the reviews and average length of stay. It further goes on to set up the independent and dependent variables for the regression carried out in the next step. After this, the user will be prompted to click on the Form Model button, which will carry out the regression and select the statistically significant variables to be used for the solver model. This function will go on to paste the coefficients on the solver model and prepare the model for the user to find the optimal price base that maximizes the revenue. This function will now take the user back to the welcome page, and the user is then prompted that the tool is now ready to use. The user now needs to add inputs. So let's say the user's property can accommodate 4 people. It has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. If the property has parking, the user should input 1, and if not, then 0. In this case, we are presuming that the user does input 1. The number of days available specifies how many days the user is making the property available in the market, and the minimum so let's say it's 200 days, and the minimum price that the user is willing to offer is let's say $100. In order to add in the effect of seasonality and the weekday factor on the final price, the user needs to specify the month and which day of the week he will be offering the house. So let's assume the user puts April and Monday. To make sure the accuracy of their input, the user can double-check their input on the bottom of the page. After all necessary informations have been inputted by the user, the next step is to click on the Solve button. This tool will now calculate the optimal price for the property of the user. As we can see, it's $227, which is the optimal price in this case. If the user wants to take location into account, we also provide the user with another tool to view the competitors' pricing based on their neighborhood. The user can click on the View Competitors' Pricing and will then be directed to the page. They can now filter the data based on their neighborhood. So let's say the user wants the data from Union Square. The user can then see the top 6 competitors and their pricing and estimated demand of the specific area. In case the user would like more information about the average prices based on the season and the day of the week they are renting out their property, they can click on the button View Seasonality and be presented with trends shown on the graph. This is the Airbnb Optimiser tool. We hope this tool can help the Airbnb hosts make better pricing decisions the next time they rent their house. Happy renting!